A final played over 2 days in tricky circumstances, but it's Ayala who dealt with it all much better. Pegula's dream of a second DC crown is dashed. It's been snatched from her ruthlessly.
So thank you to all my supporters, especially the Filipino community, DC and back home and wherever you are in the world. I feel all the love. Maraming salamat mga kababayan. Maraming salamat. Yeah, before the final yesterday, actually, I got so many messages, sweet messages from my family and from my friends who are on tour or wherever else on the world. And, you know, I thought to myself, I feel so much love. So standing here in the middle of all this love, my first chance at the title, knowing it won't be my last, and already having achieved this feat and this milestone for my career, I knew that whatever would have happened after this match, it would have already been a win for me. So thank you, everybody, and I really look forward to seeing you guys again.
We got it done. We got the.
Alexander Ayala following a victory over Jessica Pegula at the Mubadala DC Open WTA 500, coming from a set down of 4-6 to win 6-4-6 love. And remember, in the ATP category that also got played yesterday, Taylor Fritz defeated Rafael Jorda 7-6, 7-4, 6-4, I beg your pardon, to go home with that title. Now, a quick look at what is going down today at the Canadian Open. In the ATP category of the Canadian Open, many matches have been decided this morning. Gabriel Diallo moving to the next round, same as Memir Kemenovic, including Marin Cilic, Daniel Admane, Alex Michelson, Corentin Mildred, Cameron Norrie, Gil Morfins. All those players have moved to the next round following their individual victories. Now, looking at other matches scheduled for today, Duncan Chan will be up against Thiago Gaston Tirante by 4 p.m. Same time, Jenson Brabski will be up against Adam Wharton. Sebastian Baez will be up against Matteo Bellucci. Martin Dern will be up against Stefano Tsitsipas. And looking at the last set of games going down today, Brandon Nakashima will take on Daniel Admane, while Alex Diminar battles James Duckworth. Now, for the games that will be flipping to Wednesday morning, Marin Cilic will take on Francis Tiafoe, Flavio Cobolli against Yannick Hoffman, while Luciano Dalteri will take on Gabriel Diallo. Now, for the ladies, let's look at what the ladies will be doing today. Well, for the ladies at the Canadian Open, while some games already decided today, Zainab Somers, Katie McNally, Sloane Stevens, Jareka Satskina all won their matches at the wee hours of today. Both for the fixtures for today, Iga Swiatek will be in action against Sarah Bejek as Mario Osorio battles Ekaterina Alexandrova. Rebecca Shramskova will be up against Diana Schneider. Duna Vekic will tackle Victoria Golubic by 5:30. Now, looking at the games that will be flipping to tomorrow, Arina Sabalenka will take on Mayuka Uchijima, and Lorna Taranruje will take on Amanda Anisimova. Now, away from that, let's get more updates for you from the world of tennis this morning, as things are shaping up ahead of the US Open. Now, for Emma Raducanu's stress a fracture will force her to miss the US Open. The British number one suffered the injury to her right lower leg during the grass court season and made a late decision to pull out of Wimbledon. Now, according to Press Association, following the consultation with her medical team, Raducanu has concluded she will be unable to play in New York later this month. Now, let's talk about some things that we'll be seeing at the US Open. An additional 13 teams won, featuring Venus Williams and some comprised of married couples have entered the US Open Mixed Doubles Championship. Now, the new doors announced Monday by the US Tennis Association raised the total to 29 teams for the 16 sports in the main draw, which will be held on August 25 to August 26. Williams is partnering with Alexander Bublik for the tournament that was overhauled last year with $1 million a prize to the winning team. Now, in an effort to get top singles players to compete. Now, top-ranked Arena Sabalenka, 24-time Grand Slam singles champion Novak Djokovic headlined the initial list of 16 teams who entered. Elina Svitolina and her husband, Gil Monfils, who is expected to play his final Grand Slam event at the US Open, and newlyweds Katja Butler and Alex de Minaur also were among the new entries. So these people, this is what you people are always doing at events. But I mean, looking at how this couple will team up at a newly introduced event, let's see how this will work out. For those of you who are thinking of how to get your partner, go into sports. Yes, you will surely meet the... Okay, don't let me sound like a motivational speaker this morning. Now, moving away from tennis this morning, let's talk NBA, where for Victor Wembanyama, remember, he had medical issues last year. Now, after Victor Wembanyama's post-season run with the San Antonio Spurs, it's easy to forget that his second season in the NBA was cut short due to blood clots. Now, someone who has not forgotten that is Chris Bosh, who also suffers from clots, which forced an early end to his career. Now, the retired Miami Heat star is now offering some advice and a warning to Victor Wembanyama. Now, the question is, what kind of warning and what does he expect Wembanyama to do? Well, it was almost a disappointing one for him 2 seasons ago, but let's see if this man can overcome that. Well, Pedro Lawale, good morning to you. Babatunde Camille Balogun, good morning to you. Now let's check more stories, but we'll move away from other sports and we focus on football. Do not go anywhere. From the streets to the stadiums,
Remo Stars away from home against Shooting Stars. Battle of the Stars.
from local leagues to global glory. It's time for Kickoff Sports Show. Breaking sport news, match analysis, hot takes, and real sports conversation. Join YOUNGSTRIKER9 8 a.m. weekdays as it brings the passion, the fact, the fire, every whistle, every goal, every moment.
Haaland shot 2-1 City. Erling Haaland rifles it into the roof of the
Kickoff Sports Show, exclusive to Solutions 93.9 FM.
Do you know hand washing is one of the best ways to stop infections from spreading? There are germs everywhere. Wash your hands thoroughly and consistently to help keep you and your family healthy. If you do get sick, good hand washing can help keep germs from spreading to others. Wash your hands.
This message is from Solutions 93.9 FM.
Straight from the farms to your table. OOK Rice. Yes, no wahala. Enjoy premium, locally grown and processed Nigerian rice from OOK Farms. No stones, no dust, no chaff. Everything clean, nutritious and proudly Nigerian. Available in 50 kg and other sizes. With OOK Rice, you will enjoy quality you can trust with every meal. Also available, hygienically packaged chicken, palm oil, honey beans and lots more. It's simply fresh and straight from the farm. You don't have to stress yourself. You can place your order now from anywhere in the world. We deliver nationwide and globally. Visit us today at Shop 1 and 2 Larry Complex along Gbagi New Ife Road beside Wema Bank, Ibadan. Call 0815-530-3030 or 0806-853-8861. Call Abuja 0806-859-2528. OOK Farms, proudly Nigerian. Farm to plate.
News, sports, entertainment, top 100 music on your Remedy radio dial. Solutions 93.9.
Do not touch that dial.
to Kickoff Sports Show live on Solutions 939 FM. My name is Oladapo Kunubi. In case you're just tuning in, this is your Remedy Radio dial, and this is where we talk everything sports on the show. Now, let's look at more updates coming from the world of sport, but now focusing on football. Now, Flying Eagles head coach Abdul Maikaba has declared that his side is fully focused on tomorrow's semi-final showdown against their host Côte d'Ivoire at the ongoing WAFU B Under-20 Championships. Nigeria missed out on top spots in Group B after suffering 2-0 defeat to Burkina Faso in the final group stage match on Sunday. Despite the setback, Maikaba remains upbeat, insisting his players have learned valuable lessons from the loss and are determined to produce a stronger performance against the Ivorians. Okay, if you want to perform that, but remember your last game, you're as good as your last game. But let's see how those players will surely make Nigeria proud. The same day, Super Falcons will also be facing their opponent at the last group game of the Africa Women's Cup of Nations. And well, remember, Nigeria Super Falcons will be taking on Egypt. Tony Payne is one of the players in the Super Falcons squad, and she's sounding optimistic ahead of tomorrow's game.
Yeah, I mean, I think just to build upon what we did in the last game, you know, it's really difficult to play with an extra man down for almost the whole entire match. But we got it done. We got the job done. So I think we're just, you know, ready to put in our best efforts against Egypt. Yeah, you know, Jennifer is a really important player for the team. You can see over the past friendlies we've played and throughout this tournament, she's become a really important player for us in the midfield. But yeah, you know, we have a really deep team. We have a lot of players that are ready to step up in whatever capacity. And I think regardless of anything, we're ready for the next game.
Super Falcons game is going down tomorrow, 9 p.m. alongside Malawi taking on Zambia. And looking at that group for Super Falcons, all what Nigeria needs is a victory in that particular game. Not just a victory, but scoring a lot of goals. Why? Because Zambia scored 6 goals. Malawi has scored 6 goals. Nigeria has scored 3 goals. Egypt has scored just 1 goal. Nigeria needs to score, let's say, 4 or 5 goals. At least to be and to have an opportunity to finish second in that group. But now let's talk about the game going down today at the Africa Women's Cup of Nations. Burkina Faso will take on South Africa, while Tanzania will take on Ivory Coast. A lot is happening in that group. Yeah, that is Group B of the Africa Women's Cup of Nations. Ivory Coast is leading that group with 4 points, with a game won and 1 game drawn. Tanzania is second with 3 points, with a game won and a game lost. Burkina Faso is third with 3 points, with a game lost and a game won, while South Africa is just with a point and a game lost. So looking at this, it's going to be a tough one in that group. Well, remember, whoever wants to qualify will surely do everything possible better to win the game tonight. We wish all the teams all the best at the Africa Women's Cup of Nations game going down tonight. Now let's go straight to Scotland this morning. All right, now let's start with Celtic this morning. Well, Celtic made a winning start to the Scottish Premiership title defence with a 1-0 victory over battling Dundee at Celtic Park. After Rangers had been held by Dundee United on Friday night and Hearts were beaten at Aberdeen on Saturday, Celtic capitalised on opening round slip-ups from the arrivals thanks to Benjamin Nygrand's second-half header. So leagues are starting on a positive note at different sides. But remember, tonight we have the UEFA Champions League qualification games going down. And remember, draws for the playoffs were also made yesterday. But looking at the UEFA Champions League qualification games going down tonight. Well, starting 5 p.m., Ararat Armenia will take on Celje, as we have Majal B taking on Slovan Bratislava. Hapoel Bakshevar of Israel will take on Serbia's Red Star Belgrade, as Levski Sofia of Bulgaria will take on Kairat Almaty of Kazakhstan. Dinamo Zagreb will take on Kuno Zalgiris of Lithuania, as Olympiacos Piraeus of Greece battles Nijmegen Royal Union SG of Belgium will take on Norwegian side Bodo Glimt as Lyon of France battles Spartak Prague of Czech Republic. In the Europa League qualification game scheduled for tonight, Liberia 99 will take on Lorne as Shamrock Rovers battles Agnetia. Now let's come back to England here this morning and talk about a man who made a move to the Blues and got confirmed yesterday, and that is Jordan Henderson. Well, he revealed the communication or the discussion he had with Xabi Alonso, the coach of the side, and what he will also be bringing on board joining Chelsea.
Yeah, I've spoken to Xabi. Very good conversations, very positive, and like I say, it was a big reason why I wanted to come here, and I've got huge admiration for him, both as a player and as a manager. And everybody that has worked with him that I know over the years all spoke very, very highly of him. Never had a bad thing to say about him. So I think that speaks a lot about him as a person. So yeah, it was a good conversation, and again, just very honoured to be able to work under him and try and learn as much as I can from him. I'm not sure, to be honest. It would probably best for my teammates to speak, but for me, football is it's a team sport, and everything should be about the team. And throughout my career, everything that I've tried to do has been for the team, really, and try to make people around us better, to try to be the best teammate that I can be, to help other people. When I'm on the training pitch, it's about having them relationships where you can demand from people, but also knowing the right time to have conversations and have a laugh and a joke as well. I think they're getting the balance right. So I'm not sure. I just try to be myself and just try and do what I've done for a long time now. And yeah, I'm just really excited to meet the lads, train with them and get going, really.
Yeah.
I think...
Jordan Henderson there. Now let's talk transfer stories on the show this morning. Okay, so let's start with West Ham United this morning, where West Ham United confirmed that the departure of Freddie Porch to Club Brugge in a permanent transfer. The 22-year-old joined West Ham at the age of 6 and spent time on loan at Wycombe and Portsmouth before making 25 appearances in the first team last season. Now let's talk about one man who may be making a move from Italy to the United States of America, and that is former Manchester United striker Romelu Lukaku. The Napoli striker Romelu Lukaku is attracting interest from MLS club Atlanta United. According to reports in Italy, the 33-year-old who was out injured for an extended spell last season has fallen down the pecking order at Napoli. Lukaku's agent said his clients would struggle to accept being a backup earlier this summer, which has raised doubts about his future. Well, we saw his performance at the World Cup with Belgium, coming from the bench and creating goals. Yeah. Now, for Inter Milan, according to reports we're getting in Italy, require sales before they can try to sign Liverpool's Curtis Jones or Spurs' Christian Romero. However, as things stand, there is a gap in valuation with Liverpool for Jones, while the total package for Romero, including his wage demands, is prohibitive for Inter. The sale of Benjamin Pavard will potentially unlock Inter's move for Romero. Now let's talk about Marcus Rashford this morning. Marcus Rashford's future at Manchester United remains up in the air. He will return to Carrington following the World Cup and a loan at Barcelona, but after the La Liga champions opted against activating his £26 million option to buy, has been left in the wilderness. I still feel like one man, he may make a move before the window closes. Now we're getting updates from Fulham this morning, unveiling one of the players who joined from Real Madrid. So things are looking better for Fulham. They just unveiled 2 players, and with the way things are going, it's like the English Premier League is going to get tougher, and if you're not good, then it's going to be a big problem. Yesterday, Cesar Palacio joined, and it got unveiled by Fulham, signing the dotted lines and Gonzalo Garcia. These two players, remember, had their medicals yesterday and they got unveiled. So we keep our fingers crossed, keep tracking players. And as we are also checking, Chelsea have received multiple approaches about Michael Modric from clubs following the news of his return to football, including 3 from the Premier League. Now, Chelsea defender Beno Badiashile continues to attract interest from Napoli, while Chelsea defender Axel Disasi has been the subject of talks with Crystal Palace and West Ham, with both discussing offers. More players will leave Chelsea as they are having old players come on board. We'll wait to see. Well, this will be the convenient point to say goodbyes on the show, and I'll be back tomorrow morning on the Kickoff Sports Show, where we talk everything sport. But Comrade Oja Sokbe will be joining Comrade Adedamola Lafenwa and Comrade Aji Sokbe, looking at headlines on the pages of Nigerian newspapers. Comrade Oja Sokbe, top of the morning to you. Everything looks very, very cold this morning, Abi.
Well, judging by your appearance, I must confess that it is cold. But from my own side, maybe I've taken my cup of coffee. It's not so cold. So good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I mean, it's looking, for me, it's cold. You've taken your coffee. I have to go and take my coffee in my office and not in Osun State.
But you look good. You look great.
Thank you very much. But let's not, is it going to look great in Osun State? For the election, you heard what Governor Adeleke said about crisis rocking in Osun State.
It was a note of warning, and I think he has been pushed to the wall. President, let me make this clear. He has been pushed to the wall, and I think it shouldn't be that way. When we make our democracy, when you don't care the blood of whom is shed because you want to get to office, then it's turning to something else. When the governor was reminding the president that he knows what happened, that was Aye. It's so bad. It's so bad. It's uncalled for.
Is it that APC wants to impose itself on people of Osun State?
No, Nigerians generally. It's not only about Osun State. That's one thing we must understand. It's not only about Osun State. No, it's just that the governor in Osun State thought by endorsing the president, the coast to be clear and it will be more peaceful. He's only realizing that endorsing the president doesn't still mean that they will not be desperate. When he said all his fear in politics, including killing, is it including killing your home people?
Okay, let us hope that the Osun State election will be peaceful. It's a few days to go.
Hope is not enough. We must fast and pray.
Okay, but there is fire on the mountain.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, guys, do not go anywhere because Comrade Oja Sokwe, Comrade Adejaji Sokwe will be joining Comrade Adedamola Lafenwa on the other side. Here is our Sha Fire on the mountain. My name is Another Kokurubi, and like we always say, keep doing sports and stay safe.
There is fire on the mountain, and nobody seems to be on the run. Oh, there is fire on the mountain.